Welcome, everybody, to Carver's Twigs, a bird of the day. Today we have a very special bird of the day because we're joined by Millie Moth, Adorable, and Drive. And today's bird of the day was recommended by Millie Moth, and she recommended a good one. She recommended a good one. What did she recommend? Well, she recommended a bird that's in an order of birds that I rather like, and it's the smallest one that we've covered so far. What would that be? Well, that order would be strigiforms. Strigiforms, what are those? Oh, more commonly known as owls. That's right, we got a little owl today. We got the burrowing owl. Look at this little cutie. Look at it. Look at the little cutie. He's a cute little bird. I mean, it's just he's a little burrowing owl. He's got the big yellow eyes. He's so
Yo, is
small.
that as tall as the small weed next to it?
Yeah, pretty much. These are
God,
little
tiny.
owls. Well, as so going to the next screen, as you can see, they're only 7.5 to 11 inches long. That's pretty small. And you got their wingspan's pretty decent, 20 to 24 inches, but they only weigh 4.9 to 8.5 ounces. So, as I say on point number 5 there, they're smowls. Small owls.
I mean, 11 inches is actually pretty long.
I mean, as far as birds go, yeah, they're, that's about the length of a crow, although these guys don't have as long of tails as crows, so their body and heads are bigger than a crow, but compared to, like, a great horned owl or your Asian eagle owl, these guys are tiny. They're,
Birds, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. So, they're large as far as, like, birds go. They're bigger than average. They're, like, bigger than most paciforms, but, like, they're also, small as far as owls go. They're not the smallest species of owl, but they're down there. Pretty small.
They're like cat-sized, right?
Yeah, maybe even a little smaller than a cat. But, yeah, these little guys. So if you see they're where they are, the green areas is where you're going to find them year-round. And, they breed in those areas too. But you see in, like, most of the United States on the western side there, they'll breed there in the summertime, but then they'll go down and it looks like they prefer Mexican vacations in the wintertime. I mean, can you blame them? It's nice down there.
They're like, let's go to Mexico for the good weather.
Yeah, why not? So unfortunately, it looks like none of these guys hang out in Minnesota where I am. I ain't ever seen one.
I'm picturing little owls with like sunglasses and Mardi Gras beads.
Oh,
What about
yeah.
some burros?
I don't know. If you look there, it looks like they don't quite make their way into Louisiana. But,
Damn, Louisiana's the best place.
Louisiana's pretty good. They got good food. Good food.
Very good food.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best.
And Left 4 Dead 2 vibes.
I think it is kind of interesting how, like, they're on the peninsula of Florida, but they're like, okay, we'll hang out in Jamaica, we'll hang out in Haiti and the Dominican Republic, but apparently they're not allowed in Cuba.
It's like they just don't vibe with Cuba. They're like,
Yeah,
Cuba, let's just not go there.
The burrowing owl is probably anti-communist, so I guess so. Maybe Fidel Castro.
From the map that you shown, it looks like those owls also go to like parts of Colombia as well.
Yep, bits of Colombia, bits of Venezuela.
Like the coastal region.
Yeah, they're also even found in quite a bit of Brazil there. It's kind of interesting.
I'm surprised they actually go all the way to Colombia from where they are in the United States. Like, wow, that is some dedicated flight path.
Well, here's the thing: is that like the ones that live in North America probably don't go all the way down to South America. I think at some point some of them did, and they're just like, we're good. We'll just stay here.
So it's probably the ones that are like in the Florida region that they probably mostly go to the Caribbean and then most of South America.
Owls of the Caribbean, starring Johnny Depp.
Owls of the Caribbean, starring insert owl VTuber name.
I can't think of an Orlando Bloom bird pun name.
Owlando Bloom. I was gonna say Owlando Bloom.
Yeah, that was actually pretty obvious in retrospect. Okay, very good. All right, we're gonna go on to the next slide. Okay, look at that face. Love that face. So there's actually a lot of things about the burrowing owl that make them very different than other owls. For one, they're daytime hunters. I mean, they got pretty good night vision, but they're like, yeah, I'm a hunt during the day. Yeah, I can see can see the little bugs and little miceys better. And most owls are gonna be making their nests up in trees and stuff. But burrowing owls get their name because they like to have their nests underground. Now, the interesting thing about the burrowing owls is that these guys don't actually do too much burrowing on their own. More like they find a hole that some other animal burrowed, and they're like, this is mine now.
So they're squatting owls, is what you're saying.
Yes, the squatter owl would be a much better name than the burrowing owl. And, but they live in what they call burrows. So, yeah, I don't know why I put living underground burrows there twice, because I'm an idiot, but whatever. Making PowerPoints, it's difficult work. But yeah, they're pretty neat. They prefer the ones from, like, bigger animals, like, gophers and, a little small one like a vole or something is going to be too small. But there's a lot of big burrowing animals, like possum holes, badger holes. They like them. I like them real good. And,
they like them holes. Nice, warm mammal holes.
Yep. And they
holes
also...
of all variety and sizes.
They're pretty smart as far as owls go because they actually have the foresight to look into the future and be like, oh, shit. And be like, hey,
I might need... slides?
Yeah, I accidentally bumped the scroll wheel and it goes 2 pages. Anyway, they'll capture food, and rather than eating it right away, they'll drag it down into their burrow and save it for later. It's like, have a little snack. Tasty snack. We'll save it for later. You might be hungry later. That's pretty neat.
I too like to drag my prey next to my bed to eat later.
Yeah. Just leave a package of Pop-Tarts right on the nightstand. Right? That's what you do.
I mean, it's fucking hilarious to me. Just,
Well,
imagine being caught by that tiny little owl.
I know, right? He's like, come on, stupid little, stupid mouse. Or moth. I bet these guys like to eat moths.
I bet you they do. Those are moth-eaten eyes if I've ever seen them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so the prey, they actually, they're an owl species that eats more insects than most owl species. But they like big bugs, like beetles and stuff. In fact, one of their favorite tactics they do is they'll gather up feces. And they'll put it right outside their front door of their burrow. So then when the dung beetles come along, they'll be like, ha-ha, I'm going to eat this dung beetle.
I do the same thing, but with Amazon packages.
You just wait for a porch pirate to come and you shoot them.
Until you clarified Amazon packages.
She uses Amazon packages to lure men to her front door. I can understand.
I have to have someone to lay my eggs in.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Do some good ovipositing.
Oh, no.
I guess I would be the first victim if that was the case.
Mm-hmm. But, the males apparently, so it's not uncommon in the bird community that males will try and attract females with gifts, but the males will actually present them food. They'll be like, hey, baby, check out this mouse I caught. You can eat it if you want. And then while she's eating it, he's like, all right, I'm going to smash now. And she's like, it happens. But they also do like some singing and screeching and do like a little bit of preening and fluffing up the feathers. Now the other good stuff, but they really like to use food to be like, yep, use the food, baby. It's good.
Much better than those stingy penguins that just give their mates rocks.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I built this rock pile. You like it? She's like, sure.
It reminds me of that Charlie Brown Halloween cartoon where it's like, I got a rock.
Wait, are you saying people don't want rocks as a gift?
I got Reese's peanut butter cups. I got a Snickers. I got a dead mouse.
I got Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
I mean, if I could have Dwayne the Rock Johnson, I'm not going to say no.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Can we share?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway, also, unlike most owls, these ones don't mate for life. They just mate for a season. So male will be like, hey, I'll stick around for you this year. I'll help us raise our kids. But once they grow up,
he just bounces.
Once the kids are up and out of the house, bye-bye. I'm going to find another lady next year.
Are there any like recorded like pairings that have lasted over multiple seasons anyway?
Oh, I'm sure I'm sure it has. I'm sure it's happened. I didn't see anything specifically about that. The typical behavior is that they find a new mate every year, but I bet pairs will mate for more than one season. I bet that happens. I'd be surprised if it didn't. But it's just not typical behavior. But
There's not like an active like burrowing owl swinging community.
as far as I know, no, they don't.
They meet up
Although
every Saturday.
there has been cases where they've been known to form polycules, and if it's a particularly big underground burrow, sometimes there will be a couple mating pairs in there. But that's usually pretty uncommon because usually they're very territorial. But in areas where like there's a lot of abundance of food and space, they'll be more. It's typical bird behavior, not just burrowing owl. But when there's a lot of abundance, they tend to not mind other members of their same species being around. Because it's like, they don't need to be so territorial because that's space. But yeah, I like the idea. A little polycule in there. Be like, hey, we got some babies. We got a couple adults having a good time. But yeah, the babies, one thing you learn about the bird world is that most babies, it's like, after a couple months, it's like, bye, get out of my nest.
Do they only have one clutch of eggs per season?
No, these usually have 2 clutches and of like 2 or 3 eggs each. So they're not they don't have a lot of, they're not a heavy breeder, but their lifespans are also a lot longer than most birds. These ones typically live like, 10 to 15 years. And they have a better infant mortality rate than most birds because those burrows actually help protect the babies quite a lot. But, once the babies are out learning how to hunt, there's still some dangers. Being on the ground, a fox might be like, oh, little baby owl, I'm going to eat this. Or, an eagle might be like, oh, little baby owl, I'm going to eat this. It happens. Being a small owl, predators will get you. Predators don't care what they eat. They just like, hey, is this small enough for me to eat? Okay, I'm going to eat it. Nature's brutal like that. It's brutal.
Nature's like, can it fit in my mouth? If yes, alright, food.
Yeah. But anyway,
if no, ignore.
I think the burrowing owl is one of my favorite owls. Very unique, very interesting. I love those big golden eyes. They remind me of my own eyes. I got the big yellow eyes too. It's
Are you
cute.
secretly an owl?
I'm like 1/16 owl maybe.
Whoa.
I fly very quietly. See,
He's
watch.
stealth.
I'm gonna fly around. You're not even gonna hear me. See, you guys just woo. See, you didn't hear me at all. You just flew around. You didn't hear me.
I bet you
Wow.
have big, fluffy, feathery feet too.
I can prove to you that no, I do not.
Ah,
See, they're pretty scaly. Pretty scaly.
Wow, free feet reveal?
I mean, won't be the first time I've done a foot reveal on this show. You see, predator look to sky for bird. Bird and ground? How? Where go? Yeah, exactly. Pop out of the ground. Nobody expects to be walking by a gopher hole and suddenly an owl pops out and gets you. Sneaky. So yeah, I like the burrowing owl, so thanks, Millie, for suggesting him. He's a good bird. Real good
you're
bird.
very welcome. He's so cute.
Yeah, I said pretty cute. Oh yeah, one thing I didn't really touch on too much earlier is that this is actually one species of owl where the sexual dimorphism is very, very minor. The females are technically a little thicker, and the males are slightly longer, but not by
Extra thick.
but not by enough of a difference that you would have to have a really trained eye to notice the difference between a male and a female just on sight. There's not enough. It's just like the averages are different, but like, you could have a male thicker than a female and a female longer than a male. It's just they're pretty close. Whereas like most owls, the female's going to be like 30% bigger than the male. But,
Unless it's like a Disney Pixar movie in which they give the female burrowing owl huge breasts.
oh yeah,
Eyelashes.
And some wide ass hips,
and a
Yep.
pink bow.
Yeah.
So it's a female. Pink bow on top.
thick lipstick, and eyelashes. Don't forget the eyelashes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mentioned the eyelashes.
Yeah,
that
I
was
mentioned the
funny.
eyelashes. Yeah, so it's like, what's Disney gonna do if they ever decide to have a secretary bird in a movie? It's like, oh my.
I don't think our dicks are ready.
They are.
I think only one person in this stream has a dick.
Who?
You.
What?
You don't?
Wow.
Millie has lady bits, and the rest of us have cloacas. It's just how it is.
Wait, you guys don't have
No.
penises? How do you impregnate other birds?
With our cloaca.
What do you mean
Which
with
kind
your
of-
Is that just
cloaca?
like- Is that just like another word for a penis?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
It's like
it's
a fancy term.
it's a penis, but we shit out of it.
So you shit, piss, and cum out of the same hole.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Dude, that's gotta get, like, so confusing.
Yeah,
You never know what you're gonna get.
Blame the dinosaurs.
yeah. Fuck you, dinosaurs.
Did you come? No, I think I shat. Okay, well, I'm gonna go.
I mean, is it white? Well, yeah, it's white either way. Ah.
So I
Okay,
could just be getting bird cum all over my car?
probably.
Oh!
They're real into your car.
Now I'm thinking-
Oh, no!
I might have to cut the end of this out when I upload it to YouTube because this might get
I'm sorry!
the very first bird of the day to be demonetized due to
became very
inappropriate
unsafe, though.
content. It's okay. I'm never going to get monetized on YouTube. I think the highest bird of the day, like my average bird of the day views on YouTube is like 3 views. Most have 0.
Yeah, but those 3 views are like elementary school students that are using you for like a book report
Essays
or
and
something.
reports.
Or it's just me on my actual account and then my non-Corvus account.
Start becoming a substitute teacher and be like, okay, kids, today we're gonna learn about
Bird anatomy.
the burrowing owl. Oh shit.
I was
Oh,
hoping
no,
to do
not that one.
I was hoping
Teacher,
to do a
what's a
video with
cloaca?
Page 25 on the burrowing owl.
I was hoping to do a bird video with the local raptor center, but if I send them a sample, I'm not sending them this fucking one. That's for sure. Oh, okay. Well,
What if
we're
you
gonna
do it
call
they
this
like
bird of the day done. This good bird of the day is a little crazy, and
Send them the great tit.